Hello, my name's John and I'm a dentist at Triangle Dental.
My name's Suzie and I'm also a dentist at Triangle Dental.
Today we're going to talk about tooth whitening and we're going to tell you the best way to whiten your teeth. So tooth whitening is generally considered to be the cheapest and most efficient way to make your teeth look nicer. So the tooth whitening process that we do will take your natural tooth shade and lighten it up by, we say, about 8 shades of this standard dentist tooth guide. So here we've got 16 different shades. So if you were to start off with a colour just up here, with the normal tooth whitening process you jump to about 8 shades up. And everyone can get to this shade here, this B1 shade. Pretty much any starting point can get this white, and often people can get a little bit whiter as well. If you keep going with the whitening process, you can usually get a little bit whiter than that. But one of the good things about tooth whitening is you can't go unnaturally white. So if you see celebrities on TV, certain famous football players, certain famous presenters, they have super duper white and very opaque teeth. That's from veneers. But normal tooth whitening makes teeth look naturally white, and you can actually go very white if you want to, and if you want to do enough applications of the gel. But there is a maximum you can get to. There is a point at which your teeth can't get any whiter, and that's why you can never get super duper duper white, but everyone can get quite nicely white.
So before starting your whitening, there are a few things to be aware of. Firstly, we need to ensure that your mouth is free of any kind of dental disease. Whitening is a cosmetic procedure, and so we need to make sure your mouth is in tip-top healthy condition, be it your teeth, needing any fillings done first, and your gums, so we like you to see a hygienist before you start your treatment. So a full dental examination is imperative before you start your whitening, and that's something you can't get over the internet or from your local beauty salon. The second thing to be aware of is that fillings, veneers and crowns will not whiten. So the ones at the back of your mouth, if that's where they're positioned, are unlikely to be an issue. But if you do have any crowns, veneers or fillings on your front teeth, you may need to replace these once you've finished your course of whitening to make sure they match up with your new whiter, brighter smile. The next thing to tell you guys is that the most common side effect of tooth whitening is sensitivity. Majority of people will experience this to some extent. You may be one of the lucky ones, you may get no sensitivity at all. But if you do, we assure you it's not damaging to your teeth and it is very short-lived, so don't worry about it. There are a number of ways to reduce the sensitivity, but we'll be going through these during our how-to home whitening video later on.
Does whitening harm your teeth? The short answer is no. The long answer is that the whole course of whitening does less damage to your teeth than drinking a single glass of orange juice concentrate, and probably does about the same amount of damage as drinking a single glass of Diet Coke. So it's basically nothing. We do whitening by making trays that you wear over your teeth, and you put gel inside the trays. Now, we only recommend doing home tooth whitening because if you were to come to the surgery and do it, we are only allowed to use the same whitening gels that we're allowed to give you to take home. So rather than the patient having to pay for surgery time, you may as well just do the whitening at home.
Okay, so the way we make you these trays is at your first appointment we take moulds of your teeth using trays. 2 weeks later we invite you back in and fit you with your custom-made trays. These will only fit your mouth. So as you can see, these are nice and flexible, making sure they're really comfortable whether you choose to do your whitening during the day or overnight. Now we only use the highest quality of trays because the design is so important to ensure that you get a great whitening result. Basically, we want the trays to be able to hold the whitening gel in comfortably against your teeth whilst keeping the saliva out. And that's the difference between the trays we use of this quality and other home whitening kits that are available. Thanks for watching, guys. We hope you enjoyed our introduction to whitening video. Make sure you watch our next video on how the process works.